That's awesome. Okay. Now is a really good time for me to pivot to Endless Sky. Now is a really good time for me to pivot to Endless Sky for the remainder of the stream. Because my shit just dropped again. Nope, that's not gonna work because Trigger Fire doesn't work when that happens. Give me a second. I need to refresh the browser source. Now I can explode. Sorry about that. That's really obnoxious. I'm sorry. Um, I'm pretty confident that we were gonna win that match. Whoever got my ships probably can use them. Um, oh, you're just saying I should explode. Oh, okay. I get it. That's rude. Okay, it is time to switch gears to Endless Sky. All right, let me just change the game capture. And I'm pretty sure we won that one. I had 20,000 damage. Two of their players had surrendered. The Solomon was getting cooked, and the Reigns didn't have any weapons left. They couldn't really do anything to me. I hope we won that one. But I'll never get to see the resolution of that because my shit ass internet decided to drop. Fuck, that's twice in one night. That's really bad. I've not had that one for a long time. There's one more thing I need to do. Give me just a second. Okay, everything, all the stream features of stream should now work. Though they probably weren't before. Okay. Whoa, what is going on with my tracking? Hello? That was weird. The ad just lagged. I think that's a... You think everyone's internet is exploding. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They added Nort to Fortnite? No way. You just reminded me of the stupid alien plays with PVC pipe. You've reminded me of that video. Okay. You went through your timeline and someone says Cloudflare is exploding. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay, that if that continues to cause problems for stream, I'll probably call it there. But right now it seems to be working? Question mark? I hope. Anyways, speaking of Cloudflare, the planet that I'm on right now is called Cloudfire. Let me move my model away from the chat. There we go. That's a better placement. Cloudfire's atmosphere is unusually hazy, with almost constant cloud cover, making agriculture unproductive here even though it is a warm and damp environment. There are several major cities here that were abandoned centuries ago due to the conflict with the Unfettered. The one major city that remains is the closest thing the High have to a military base. New supplies of weapons and ammunition constantly pouring in from the rest of High space. Right, this is the center of the High Civil War. Because it's super racist High. Well, not super racist High. It's more like veterans of a previous war that they had that didn't want to go back to peacetime. And so they're making it everyone else's problem. And we have our Falcon, our heavy warship, now partially decked out in alien weapons. The alien ships here are really, really, really superior to ours in terms of shielding, by the way. Take a look at this. Their light warship, which is, so that's like 2 classes below ours, has half our shields. A light warship with 6,700 shields is insane. You got owned so hard, you're just gonna farm super credits and Helldivers 2. So if Helldivers is fun, I heard they did some new stuff that's cool, but I haven't checked. Oh, in other news, by the way, I finally got a mouse pad with a wrist support, so I can like not hurt my wrist when I'm doing super long streams, which, believe it or not, was a problem previously. I didn't realize it would make that much of a difference. But it does. Anyways. There's not a whole... There is actually more stuff to explore here in High Space. I will still poke around a little longer. But we're going to keep an eye out for other wormholes. I bet you there's not another wormhole in High Space, but, you know, we got to check to be sure. On the other hand, there's star systems way out here. Way out here in the middle of nowhere that we apparently can't get to. So I'm going to keep my eyes open for more of those wormholes. There's one in Ultima Thule. Ultima Thule? I don't know. But I bet you there's other ones. Or we're supposed to find a jump drive somewhere. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but... Have you... Get a vertical mouse? They sound weird, but once you get an anchor or whatever, you get used to it, it'll be much more comfortable. Interesting. I'll have to take a look at it. I will consider. Okay, anyways, we gotta go and not die. That's really important. Oh my god. There are so many unfettered here, and they hate my ass. Can I see what their shields are? I don't think I can. Fortunately, we can outrun the unfettered with some... They made joining missions easier in Helldivers 2. That's great. I feel like joining mid-match was kind of difficult before. But since the unfettered have fuck all in terms of maneuverability, we can just sort of outrun them really easily. There sure are a lot of them, though. If we can find one that's sufficiently distracted, we might be able to do something. But they genuinely have so much fuel. Or so much shields. Even if we get their shields down, they'll just jump away at the last moment. Ooh, what is that ship? Bear Black. What kind of a name of a ship is that? Oh, this is really loud. Oh my god, I'm gonna die? Okay, let's try that again. Let's not fight these aliens, actually. Now you don't see ongoing missions, and if you click tab, you see a lot of them. Oh, okay. That's cool. I like that they added that. No, yeah, I got my ass beat. I'm not doing that again. We're leaving. Too many unfettered. Way too many of them, and they have 10 trillion health. They have 10 trillion health. And if you do ever manage to actually injure one, they just warp away. Have I visited? I've not visited this planet. Let's check it out. This station consistently has a large number of high warships docked at it. Further investigation reveals that it serves as the principal supply of fuel for the High military, as well as the staging point for resupplying ships heading to defend Waukee from the Unfettered. A monument beyond the docking area entrance attests to its history, performing a similar role during the Korath raids before that. Yeah, that's the other thing about the Korath. Why do they have jump drives? Hello? The Korath are like evil. They shouldn't have jump drives. Why the fuck did... Who gave them that? Cannot visit High Home. It is restricted. Can I bribe? Oh, they don't want my money. Never mind. We can't land there. We'll just have to explore this system ourselves. Which is pretty easy. And let's land at one of these planets just to replenish our fuel. I do kind of want to try to capture an unfettered ship, but I'll try that in a little bit when I'm more prepared mentally. There are several large high cities near the equator on Frostmark. Much of the planet's surface is cold and uninhabited, except by herds of extremely large six-legged herbivores and other equally large and frightening animals that prey on them. I accidentally hit the spaceport button, but there's a mission there. While eating in a spaceport cafeteria that serves both high and human cuisine, you are approached by a teenage human and hi. Hello, do you know how to get to Vinci in the Mia Placidus system? I don't know where that is, but I probably do. I do. Why do you want to go there? The human responds, there's a massive convention on Vinci for a game called Boundless Frontiers. Funny. Because that's basically just the name of this game. The convention has a huge cosplaying scene, and I think Kiryu would fit right in. Oh, because Kiryu's a giant alien squirrel? That feels rude. I don't want to leave high space. You'll have to find someone else to do that. Sorry. If it didn't involve going back to human space, I would have done that mission. Oh, apparently there's 10 trillion missions to go to this system that we haven't explored, so we'll probably do that. Sure. Oh! Yeah, in order to take the superstitious high delivery missions, you have to have that keystone on board. Okay, that makes sense. Well, let's go then. No use in staying here. Unless I wanted to explore the space station, which I don't. I don't really care. I noticed some of the ships have different paint on them. I wonder if they've got like military versions of the shield bugs or whatever. Whatever those big ships are called. What the hell was that? Greenwater is one of the few worlds in high space that's home to a sizable human population. The temperature on most of the planet's surface is too warm for the high, but tolerable for human beings. Close to the equator are scattered human settlements for farming or fishing, which trade with the high cities closer to the poles for technology and equipment. Um, all this. Speaking of technology and equipment, this doesn't seem any better than what I have, frankly. Okay. Depart from the station and. Ooh. What's this? Hold on, I want to check this out really quick. Is this another, Korg place? Holy shit, it is. It's a completed ring world, it looks like. I guess we can just land on any of the segments. This is a complete Korg ring world, the product of millennia of construction effort, which has consumed every other stellar object in this system in order to provide the raw materials. The inner edge of the ring is filled with solar panels, hydroponic gardens, and living quarters, and sunlit common spaces. The outer edge contains hangars and docks for ships and storage facilities for cargo. Massive station-keeping thrusters on the ring's exterior keep its orbit from becoming unstable. I had a question about that. I was thinking about this entire time. For those of you who aren't familiar, if you build a ring world around a star, you cannot just have that thing spin. Ring worlds are inherently unstable, even though you think that they should be stable. They will eventually disturb their orbit and rip themselves apart without active correction. I'm gonna look up why that is, but that's just like a factoid I've known for a long time. Unless the light source itself is like artificial and not the gravity well that it's orbiting around. Like if you have a small, like a small ring. I forgot what those are called. What are the small ring worlds called? They have a special name. Bishop rings, I think, is what the small ones are called. Like the thing from Halo is actually a bishop ring and not a ring world. Although it's a really huge one, so you frankly could call them. You could call that one either, frankly. Like the thing from the Outer Wilds DLC is actually a. Well, maybe I shouldn't say anything. Yes, a bishop ring. Bishop ring is a small ring world, basically. Don't they wobble? Yes, a ring world around a star that's trying to orbit it would wobble off course and eventually destroy itself without active stabilization. By the way, is this text readable at the size that it is on stream? If it's not, let me know and I can check the menu for like text options. No job board here. Okay, we have fully explored high space at this point. Let's go see if we can capture one of their. It's tiny. Is it readable or is it impossible? It's a little blurry, but also you just barely stopped playing Blasphemous for the night. Okay, so as long as it's legible, but let me take a look at the options. Settings. Doesn't look like anything about text size. Um, I don't see any options referring to text size, actually. Sorry. This may not be something that I can change. Unless I'm blind. It's like when you first learned you needed glasses? That's not encouraging. Okay, that's probably doesn't need to be fixed. Okay, Steam Workshop. No, you can do plugins, but there's no actual workshop for this. I would have to go looking on forums for it. Is there really no text size options? Oh, wait. Increase the main zoom factor for the size of the UI and gameplay. Okay, this might make it a little easier to read. Let's set that to 120. That is the UI scaling option. Okay, we have just enough fuel to get to the system that we're trying to go to. So that should be a little more legible than it was before. Although, I would really just like an option to bold the text. Holy shit, we can steal this ship? Holy shit, we can steal the ship. Oh, we can do this. I didn't think I was gonna get away with it. Attempt capture. Attack. I lose 1 crew, they lose 15. Well, the High aren't very good at combat. I also outnumber them by a lot, and I have weapons I bought from them, which makes it a little easier. Okay, we need to get the fuck out of the star system. I noticed that when you're not in the star system, it doesn't simulate your allied ships getting blown to hell by the enemies that are present. So it's actually important that you leave before anything else. Okay, we can go here. That has an outfit around a shipyard, so we'll be able to rip stuff off the ship or sell it. Why is he taking so long to get into this system? What is he doing? There we go. What took you so long, buddy? Anyways, let's look at this alien ship. Let's see what they've got on that thing. Pulse cannons. Ion. Whoa, we can buy ion cannons here? Interesting. Okay, so you can disable scrambling damage or ion damage. Ion damage reduces the target's energy. Scrambling damage is what knocks them out, I think. Interesting. So if we really wanted to disable people, that's an option. Curious. This thing has a boulder reactor on board. Well, this place that we landed has really good equipment available for us. Okay. Boulder reactor. Energy generation 1038. Heat generation 2000. Mass 90. Okay, that would be much better than what we have. I don't know that we can fit that. Oh, wow, yeah, wait. Whoa, we can totally fit that. I think that's better than the fusion reactor. Oh, that's because it is a fusion reactor. It's a high fusion reactor. The High designed these miniaturized fusion generators back when their territory was being raided by the Korath. In these relatively peaceful times, they have seen no need to update the design. This place also sells better batteries. The High Ravine batteries are slightly larger than ours, but have a massive storage capacity. What are those engines? What are those engines like? Hold on. Okay, those engines that the Korath have are ooh. Okay, their steering isn't so good. It would take extra engine space. I don't know that we have. Those Korath, the energy and heat required by the Korath engines is really impressive for the amount of thrust that they generate, which is a lot. I do kind of want to upgrade my main thrusters. It would take extra space that I don't really know that I have, though. While Deep Sky was busy developing the combat atomic engines, the High were working on making theirs even better. Because of this, High atomic engines are highly efficient compared to their human variants, requiring less energy to fire and producing less heat in the process. Problem is, to get the same thrust out of it, I need to go up a size, essentially. That's an extra 10. Ooh, wait, an extra 10 outfit space. That's nothing. Hold on, that's nothing. Let's remove those main... Let's remove our main atomic thrusters and install the Bombardiers, which have like 60,000 more thrust for 10 outfit space, which is actually a really good deal in terms of how the engines work in this game. High Diamond. That gives a lot of shield generation. Oh, but it's fucking huge. Yeah, okay, that takes 49 outfit space. No, I'm not installing that, sorry. Nope. I'm not installing that. That would be cool. That would give us really good regen. But nope. No, I can't. I can't do that. I don't really think we need the boulder reactor, but I'll swap out the LP-144A for the High Ravine batteries, which are 10 larger Give us an extra 8,000 energy capacity, which is crazy. Now we still have 24 outfit space. Which is not enough to install the boulder reactor if we were to take out the fission reactor. And that's okay. Yeah, honestly, we can just sell this ship here that we have. That sold for... Oh wait, I didn't sell it. I sold the battery on it. That thing sells for 4 million. That's like a light warship, and that's sold for... It's worth more than my heavy warship. These aliens really sure are, decking out the equipment on their warships. My God. Honestly, we could take out the fuel pod at some point. I don't know if we really need that. It's nice to have, I guess. I probably got... Yeah, I got some cargo from it too. Luxury goods? We'll keep the luxury goods. No, I'll sell them. We do need to hire more crew now, though, because some people died, and some people got sold with the ship. Because that's what this game does. It sells your crewmates. It sells your crew members with the ship. But with the better engines and the better battery, we're gonna be a lot faster. Oh yeah. That's nice. Okay, yeah, we accelerate a lot faster than we did before. Since we already have good turning speed, we are going to be the most maneuverable Falcon in the galaxy. Which is good when we're trying to run away from alien ships like a coward and trying not to die. Which we are gonna be doing. We are gonna be doing a lot of that. Speak of the devil, there are 3 alien warships there. Oh my God. Hey, do you guys mind? Well, I'm really glad I have the missile jammer on board, or my ass would be dead. My ass would be fucking dead if I didn't have my missile jammer. Oh, it's so over? Never mind, we're gonna run away. My ass is gonna get cooked. It's so funny to watch. Their weapons are so shitty and their armor is so good. The alien fleets engage each other with no casualties. We're gonna have to land on the planet anyways, in order to not die. We took way too much damage at the start there. I should get a better shield generator, because it takes me ages to regenerate any of my shielding. Especially since the shielding is the majority of this ship's armor. It doesn't have very much armor. It's got good shields. Which is ironic because these aliens have even better shields. Oh my god, there's 3 of them. Like, I can barely take on one of their basic warships. That's how bad this situation is. Well, I just hope everyone has fun. Have you seen Song of Sticks? Yes, someone has told me about it. However, I have not played it. Oh my god. Okay, I died. You might be cooked if it's as good as you said. What exactly is Song of Sticks, actually? Hold on. Is this the one that was UI slop? Oh no, this is not UI slop. This is an actual city building thing. This is kind of like RimWorld. Or maybe Dwarf Fortress is the better analogy. Oh, it's free until December 8th. Well, I guess if you want to try out Song of Six, or Song of Six, sorry. Not Styx, like the river, which is what I was thinking. No, if you guys want to try out that game, now is the time. I have been aware of this game for some time, I just haven't played it. New Blood had just announced Dungeons of Dusk, apparently. Unless you have Doom RPG. It's play for free until December 8th. It's not like you download it and you get it. But now is a good time to try it out. Wait. What is Doom RPG, actually? I've never heard of that in my life. Their missiles are really strong. Oh, I was gonna board that ship and then it died. Oh, I can board this one though. Let's get his ass. Oh, he's got a lot of crew members. I think we can take him though. Yeah, they lose 16, I lose 2. And we got it. Now let's get the fuck out of the system. God, what I would love is to get a hold of one of those shield bugs. Like the big ones. I don't think I can get enough crew members to capture one though. It's an old-ass dungeon crawler, 2.5D and such. Fighting is automatic, you don't aim. Okay. I mean, that's not unusual. There's a lot of games like that. Like Loop Hero. Oh, not that automatic, though. Okay, what's this ship? This one's worth almost $5 million. Why is it worth so much? Um, High octopus jammer. Oh, that's like just better than the one that I have? Can I remove it? No, I think I'll have to rebuy it. 'Cause yeah, the octopus jammer is just better than the cuttlefish jammer. I mean, it costs more energy, but like, I'm taking that. It's like a turn-based Wolfenstein 3D. Interesting. I don't think I can think of any game that's like that, actually. What else did the ship have on it? Powerful thrusters. Turning thrusters aren't as good as what I've got, though. Nope, not as good as what I've got. It's got a diamond regenerator. God, I really want that diamond regenerator. That's crazy. 150 shield generation. Can I rip anything off my ship? Proton gun for ion cannon. Ion cannon does do shield damage and hull damage. It's just that it's not really excellent. The scrambling damage seems really good though. Like if I can knock people out of the battle, that's crazy. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. It does have really high range too. I don't know. Oh my god, check general? What do you mean? Oh, I saw that video on Twitter earlier. Yeah, that's freaky as hell. The robot just drops onto all fours and crawls. Like that one Tekken character. That's what that reminds me of. It's very fucked up, yes. We're gonna need a better generator at some point though than what we've currently got. It's just that the High don't appear to have anything between the geode reactor and the boulder reactor. What we really need is we need the breeder reactor back. I think we could fit that on this ship. I need weapons that take up less space. The outfit space required by the proton guns is crazy. And is probably hurting us a bit. Oh, but the ion cannons would take even more outfit space. No, I'm not installing those. Fuck that. You got anything else I can rip off your ship? Tracker storage pods. High trackers. High tracker pods. Those do a lot of damage. How much optical tracking do they have? 80 and infrared 40? Do we even have an infrared jammer? Oh no, we just have an optical jammer. I didn't okay. We actually the octopus jammer isn't the greatest thing in the world because it only works against high weaponry. It's not a radar jammer, I don't think. And it's not an infrared jammer. That's unfortunate. Oh well, time to sell the alien starship for $4 million. And then sell all the crap that it had on it. I mean, I do need to think about getting another starship at some point. Imagine how scary it would be to dress it up like Onryo from Ringu and then make it crawl at you at this speed. I would shit myself. Like, immediately. Nope. Absolutely not. That's horrifying. I got your ass, buddy. Yeah, I got his ass. Okay, a capture. Oh, that's 32 crew. That's a lot. We won anyways. I do need to get more crew members now, though. Okay. Fuck. There's another alien ship. They're gonna die, though. Doesn't matter. No, I do not want to refund the cost of that weaponry. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna sell this ship. For 4 million credits. This is the most money I've ever had in this game. Ever. I have so much of it. We do need more crew members, though. Okay. We've been harvesting the hive for money, but, like... I don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. Let's do something better with our time. Like completing our star map. Which is probably how we're going to be able to find... So I want to check something. Logbook. Factions. Yeah, okay, let's find let's do something better with our time. No need to hang around in hive space forever. There are other places that we haven't been to that may or may not contain wormholes. I wish there was a way to search for the wormholes. Because it's possible I could have been in a system with one already and not noticed it. Although maybe not, really. Anyways, there's a lot of stuff in the Galactic South. Oh, wait, there is another wormhole. Hold on. How did we miss that? In the Terminus system. That's where we're going next. Goodbye, weird squirrels. I've had enough of your civil war. And by had enough, I mean I profited about $10 million from it. So I think that I am ready to head on out. I wonder where that wormhole goes. So now that I know that I apparently been to systems on accident that have had wormholes in them and not seen them, I think I need to check the map a little more rigorously. In the future. When you open the door to let in a Navy officer on inspection duty, you expect him. Ah! Never mind, Song of Six is dog shit. And why is that exactly? No audio options? Wait, for real? Oh, you just gotta mark it as. You just gotta make it quieter in the system settings? That's awful. That's awful. No, your explode worked. Your explode did work, actually. When you open the door to let in the Navy officer on inspection duty, you expect him to produce the usual set of landing papers and bureaucracy. But instead he says, Captain Mech, I'd like to speak for a few minutes in private. He motions towards a frigate on the landing pad next to the stoat. What about? I did say in private, did I not? The man puts a hand on your shoulder and begins walking you towards the ship. As you approach, you note that the man's uniform doesn't have any Navy markings that you recognize. You enter the ship with the officer, and despite the decent crew requirement of a frigate, you don't notice anyone else on board, and the interior of the ship appears much more cushy than you would expect out of a military vessel. The officer leads you to what looks like a rather comfy lounge area. Please have a seat, he says. I can just intentionally just be an asshole. I'll take a seat. You choose a table to sit at, and the officer sits across from you. So, what is it that you brought me here for? You ask. The officer folds his hands together. You've made contact with an alien species located to the north. Is this correct? Hey, that's no way to talk about the pirates in the far north. You have a full minute of latency. Welcome to mobile Twitch, by the way. You gotta get blasted with max volume in music, and then you have to lower the volume every time in the system. Oh, it has audio settings. They just look like a graphics setting in between. Okay, so it's dog shit UI design, but at least they have the options. Oh, and they're in the game and not the launcher. Well, that's pretty typical. There's a lot of games that are guilty of that. That pisses me off. Hey, that's no way to talk about the pirates up in the far north. Perhaps. Why do you ask? I'm gonna be vague as fuck. I think the answer you're looking for is yes, not perhaps. The Republic is aware that you've made contact with the High, but you may not be aware of the arrangement that the Republic has with the High. The Republic works hard to ensure that the existence of the High remains an open secret. They do not disallow captains such as yourself from stumbling upon them, but they will not allow this existence to be widely publicized. Why are you telling? An arrangement between them? When did that happen? Details of the arrangement are none of your concern. All you need to know is that I am providing a warning, so to say, that you should keep the High a secret. I'm sure you can imagine that should the existence of the High become public, it would cause a great deal of chaos for both the Republic and for the High. Chaos that could easily end badly, particularly for the one who caused it. So it'd be in everyone's best interest if you kept this knowledge a secret. Well, well, I wasn't really planning on telling anyone. The High didn't want me to tell anyone either. So I presume if I don't, then the Republic Navy turns hostile to me. Which I don't really want, so I won't let anyone know, I guess. That's good to hear. Thank you for your cooperation. Now, if you'll please depart my ship, I can be on my way. So this guy wasn't Republic Navy. He was a fucking Republic's like CIA agent. That's why he didn't have any markings on his ship or uniform. I just fucking talked to intelligence service guy. The officer leads you out of the ship and then closes the doors behind you, while the actual Navy officer on inspection duty stands beside the stoat, brandishing a set of landing documents. When you finish signing them, you turn back to see the frigate take off, slowly getting smaller in the sky until it finally disappears. I mean, if the High and the Republic have an arrangement, I don't really want to fuck that up. That seems bad. I kind of respect the aliens. I don't respect the Republic that much, though. I may want to put on a radar jammer at some point. It's not that bad. Now that we have a super powerful anti-missile, we have a super powerful anti-missile turret lock on our ship. The basic radar missiles that these guys are going to launch at us are going to be fucking nothing. They're going to be destroyed instantly by the chameleon. So I think we can keep the I'm going to kill those pirates for being really loud. And also, I'm going to steal that ship. Might as well. Easy. Speaking of audio options, did anyone else see the volume slider that Nintendo added in their latest patch to Mario Kart? I saw that. That was really funny. So for those of you who haven't seen that, Nintendo added an audio option for Mario Kart, except it's not a slider. It's an option that lets you select high, medium, or low. It is the stupidest thing I think I've ever seen. I can't believe that they thought that anyone would think that that's okay. It's actually, it's kind of hilarious. Like, I'm genuinely shocked that they would think that that's acceptable. Yeah, I don't have anything weird in my cargo hold, so let's depart. Anyways, let's go to Terminus. Oh my god, there are more pirates here. Oh, we're gonna die. What was that? Okay, let's not do that again. You have full minute latency on desktop too? That's strange. I don't think that's on my end. Oh, I hope it isn't. In any case, you should be able to fix that by changing the resolution or refreshing the browser. The console has a volume slider on top, but you would need to get the remote for the TV. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, that would piss me off. You know, games should have audio options, even games on console. It's like, you know, it's 2025. You can code a volume slider. Really. Nintendo is a company with a long history of making games, so I don't know why this is apparently an issue for them. Okay, we're gonna stop at Tania Australis for fuel. Then we're gonna head through the wormhole and see where that goes. And now the Republic might know about the High and keep them an open secret, but I don't think they know about all the aliens. Well, they know about the Korg, obviously. Those ones aren't secret. Everyone knows about the Korg. I don't think the Korath are even really a secret either, because those can show up in Syndicate space. So I don't know why the Republic is so concerned about people not finding out about the High, considering that people already know about 2 other alien species. What the fuck do you... Never mind. Your ass is mine, buddy. Attack. Attempt capture. Oh my god, we're gonna lose, like, all of our crew doing this. Oh my god, Wow, what the fuck? Do they have a bunch of those, They must have a bunch of those defense things in there. Wow. No, I'm not gonna be able to I'm not gonna be able to take this. I'm gonna take the breeder reactor off their ship, though. That's mine. Yeah, that one's mine, buddy. You don't need that reactor, do you? Oh my god. My ship is having issues now that it doesn't have enough crew members. Oh, this is rough. At what point can it no longer be explained by greed and just becomes active malice? It is Nintendo. So, I mean, I instantly is the point at which it can be called greed, frankly. I know some people like Nintendo, but, like, come on, guys. After your ship touches down, you notice a light blinking on your dashboard. You have a cached message waiting for you to play. The screen lights up with a somewhat familiar man, but it is only when you see the name of the sender that you realize that this is the fuller face of a healthy Timothy Radrickson, whom you last met as a stowaway on your ship. Captain Mech, let me reiterate my thanks for what you did for me. Most captains would have airlocked me or dropped me off wherever, but you really gave me a chance. He stops and grins at the camera. And that chance, it really has made all the difference. It's been a year of hard work, but I've saved some money and made some investments. And things are really turning around. By way of thanks, I've included 50,000 credits with this message. That should cover the cost of transporting me to Rand, but it doesn't come close to what I really owe, which is, in all honesty, my very life. He pauses as if he's trying to remember something. Anyways, thank you again. And no, I'll never forget what you did for me. Timothy waves and the video ends. Well, that's nice. Thanks for the 50,000, dude, although I don't really need it. Outfitter. I think I should install this breeder reactor. That'll give me a lot more energy to play with. About 200 more. What else can we do? We could install another fuel pod. I'm not going to do that, though. Anyways, having extra energy is going to help us. Before, we were in a situation we were going to lose energy while we were moving. Basically, before, we were going to move energy while we were doing literally anything. That's how bad our situation was. With the breeder reactor, it's much better. Oh my god. What could you possibly want? Fucking pirates? I'll kill you. Shut up, pirates. I'll kill you. Why, oh, why can't we be friends? Shut up, unfettered. I'll kill you. Sorry, I think of that stupid-ass video often. There's not a single fucking change making a volume selector. The way that they did is significantly cheaper than coding in a proper slider. You think Nintendo genuinely just did it because they hate everyone? I would. It is genuinely so silly. I would believe that. I would believe that. For those of you who just returned from the ad break, I made it to the Terminus wormhole. We're about to figure out where this goes. Another system with another wormhole. Apparently. This is very creepy. Let's see where the other one goes. Oh, fuck. Why did I just... warp? I didn't mean to do that. I think this place is sapping my energy, though. Or it was. Maybe that's the wormhole travel that does that. Okay, where does this other wormhole go? Really close by, apparently? Where are we? What? Huh? I went back into the same wormhole, and now I'm in a completely different... Oh, those ones might send you to different places. They're not two-sided wormholes. That's fucked up. Yeah, that wormhole takes you to Incitor, but the Incitor wormhole, if you go back into it, takes you to Segesta, which is where I currently am. We don't have... I guess we could go back in. I want to see where we are, though. Are there people here? Kind of wishing I had that ram scoop now. It's gonna take a little while to get our fuel back. What? I just heard a warp. I just heard a warp. I want to be stuck here, man. Oh, there's like cosmic storms here? That seems... Oh, that is really hurting my... Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. Oh, we might be fucked. Guys. This is not good. This is really bad. Why am I not gaining fuel from this star? I should be. Stop exploding me. Oh, have a nice night, Moz. Thank you for stopping by. I keep hearing warp drives go off. There's someone here. But I'm actually genuinely stranded. Okay. I didn't expect that. Okay, let's maybe pick up a ram scoop somewhere. And remove something so we can fit that. What can I remove? What has a shipyard? Oh wait, we don't need a shipyard, we just need an outfitter. Algarel. If I was not save scumming, we would never make any progress in this game. Considering how easy it is to just, like, accidentally die instantaneously. You know, maybe someday I'll do a more serious playthrough of this, where it's like permanent permadeath, but I'm not doing that now. I don't know that we need the high octopus jammer. I'm gonna get rid of that. Or maybe I can't really get I can't get rid of anything. Definitely not the fuel pod. We don't need the octopus jammer. We're not fighting the unfettered. We can install the small radar jammer. 2 of them, in fact. No, just the one actually. We need to get a ram scoop somewhere. Outfitters. Ram scoop, where can I find you? Oh, up here. God damn it. Okay. So we're gonna take a little detour. For whatever reason, we're having trouble collecting fuel from the stars in that wormhole zone, so maybe a ram scoop will help? Or maybe I should be throwing on extra fuel pods. I don't really know, but I'm gonna put on the ram scoop. Or we could think about buying that city ship. Oh wait, we don't have the license for that. God damn it. I hate the Republic. They make you have a license for everything. I told you that it was Space Britain. What do you mean I can't fly a ship the size of a city? Are you kidding me? Fuck you guys. Okay. Ram scoop. Yeah, that's good. Let's go. We're now officially ready for our great journey into, well, into I don't really know. I thought it was good. I thought it was just gonna drop us into an alien empire like the other wormhole that we went into, but it is apparently a lot more fraught with danger and some kind of weird electromagnetic storm that fucks up my ship. That's the weird electromagnetic storm is very concerning. I don't know what happens if it drops your shield. It might kill you. Would you really try to fight me, you pirate? Okay. Okay. First of all, we can sit here and regain some fuel. That's ticking up rather quickly with the ram scoop. Okay, in the future, I'm going to keep the ram scoop. I don't know why I got rid of it. It's actually extremely important. I mean, I guess I got rid of it because we were only flying in areas that were very inhabited, but that's not the case anymore. Well, we're now in like the galactic evil zone where there's nobody. It's like in Elite Dangerous, where you need to have the fuel scoop in order to not like get stranded out in the middle of nowhere forever. Or until someone helps you, which we don't really... I don't think we have a distress beacon that we can use in this game. Let's just explore this little area here before leaving it. It's weird that there's 2 wormholes here. I don't know what's up with that. It's very strange. Yeah, let's see what this system is. I am so confused about the layout of this place. Wow, whatever this is refueling our fuel instantly. Okay. Why do these star systems even have names? Nobody else has been out here. Are we naming these ourselves? Let's see where this wormhole goes. Polarius. Ain't that the video game that drove people crazy? Holy shit, is this an inhabited planet? No, it's landable, but it's not inhabited. I just want to see. Although its crust is very cold and most of the surface is covered in snow, Eavine has a crust rich with rare metals and minerals hard to find elsewhere. Did I say its crust is very cold? I meant to say its climate. Entire valleys on the surface have been completely stripped of their resources, likely used in the massive complex of half-buried buildings, which appear to be the only settlement on this moon that remains today. So there were people here. At some point. Not anymore. But we're in a new region of space. We gotta meet someone soon. Right? Essex? E6? Holy fuck, there's aliens here and they hate me? Kahet? Hey man. Hey man. What the fuck's your problem? Oh, that's gonna kill me. Never mind. Let's load our game. That tiny little ship fucking kicked my ass. Okay, we gotta... Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck are you? Evil aliens here in Essex. Like the place in Britain. E6. Evil fucking people here. Let's check the wormhole. Let's see where that goes. We probably aren't supposed to be here. Given how dangerous this place is. The graveyard is what this area is called. That doesn't inspire confidence. What do you mean this region of space is called the graveyard? Don't tell me that. That's horrifying. Oh no, there's two of them. Nope, it's time to leave. Fortunately, I'm maneuverable as fuck. Nope, I'm gonna land on the planet. Oh, that's a big ship. I do not want to say hello. Goodbye. Valiant may have been habitable once, but no longer. Part of its southern hemisphere is filled with deadly levels of radiation. But even elsewhere on the planet, life isn't safe to remain on the surface without adequate protection for too long. While animal life on the planet seems to have disappeared almost completely, plants and trees cover the surface in vast, colorful patches of flora. Okay, so whoever this is fucking killed everyone here. Kahet is their name? I don't like this. I'm still gonna explore, though. I'm gonna take a moment to regain my fuel here, though. So, stranded, alone, out in the edge of the galaxy, surrounded by really evil aliens. Couldn't be better. Honestly. Hey, what the fuck is this? An unfinished Dyson sphere? Oh, that's a big ship. We're leaving. Can I land here? I guess not. Wait, Selehet. Can I land here? Are these where these guys are from? The massive station, despite its age, does not appear to have any visible damage. Everything inside it is perfectly in order, and no section shows signs of weapons fire on it. If it wasn't for the absence of its inhabitants and the complete lack of atmosphere, it would probably be identical to when it was first constructed. Why is this abandoned? That's creepy as shit. Hey, did these people get wiped out by, like, robots or something? An Earth-like planet with high biodiversity, at first glance, Osaeli appears to be an idyllic world where no life form ever became predominant. But looking more closely, the signs of an ancient devastation can still be seen. In the middle of the forests, huge amounts of debris are scattered across large areas. Scans reveal many underground bunkers, partially destroyed and filled with water. Hey, what the fuck happened here? This is actually I'm genuinely getting creeped out. I should try hailing one of these ships. They might have something to say. Though I doubt it. They don't seem to really be interested in talking. Retili is an oceanic world with more than 95% of the planet's surface is covered by oceans, which can be several kilometers deep. Few traces of coastal villages are still visible, mostly composed of ancient metallic formations, standing some kilometers from the seaside, where the occasional high waves can't reach them. A few small cities on the mainland are in a better state, but without anyone to maintain them, vegetation has grown to completely cover many of the surviving buildings. That's extremely creepy. Everything about this is kind of creepy, actually. Oh, there's another wormhole here, and another landable planet. I'm hoping we can find, like, more lore about... Oh, I can't land here? There's no spaceport, no shipyard, no outfitter. This is a destroyed space station. Can I hail it? Unable to send hail. Planet is not inhabited. That's cool. That's really creepy. Maybe the Drac had a point. Maybe the Drac had a point. Wait! These guys are not hostile. There is no response to your hail. Okay. So they're not hostile, but... very similar to its sister station of Selehet, Parahet was still under construction when it was abandoned by its creators. Today it floats uninhabited in this rarely visited section of space, approached occasionally by the automated drones that mindlessly continue to carry new supplies to the massive cargo section. If Kahet attacked this station, it would be made entirely inoperable in a short time. Oh, I think they got killed by their own robots, is what it sounds like. These are just ones that aren't evil. Alex is a small moon of the gas giant Pathera, lacking a breathable atmosphere but rich in minerals. While settlements on the moon have been destroyed to the extent that all that remains are debris scattered across the terrain, some automated facilities are still functioning and see a constant flow of cargo drones that stop by the moon to gather the raw materials before quickly bringing them to the nearby station's reserves. Oh, okay. Let's check this wormhole down here. Or can I get more fuel here? I don't think I can get more fuel here. I have to get it here. Oh my god, I shouldn't get it here. Land. An alien voice says something in a language you do not recognize. Okay, so they're not robots? They're probably aliens? I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Can I get fuel from... Okay, I can get fuel from this star. We'll just have to spend a little bit doing this. Or not. There's no way I can beat these guys in combat. Uh... Okay, let's go to the next system. These guys aren't interested in talking. They're quite evil, in fact. After I get enough fuel, I'll go through the wormhole, I think. Although we're getting fuel pretty fast here. Oh, but we cannot stay here. Oh, this guy is way too strong. Nope, we're going through. Goodbye. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. When you enter this suspiciously empty system, your attention is drawn to your ship's scanners. The proximity detection system is going off, suggesting something sizable is close to your ship, although whatever it is, you can't see it as you look out your cockpit. You turn your ship around and open the catch of your cargo hold, catching the object. When you go to inspect it, you see a small, extremely dark piece of debris that almost looks to be covered in Vantablack, but it doesn't resemble any alloy you've seen on a spaceship or space station, bearing a semblance to both a crystal and a metallic structure. In one particular corner, you can see that there is a small, barely recognizable tube, badly damaged with a few intact wires creeping out. After tinkering a bit with the wires, you manage to reconnect the debris to your ship's secondary power systems. It barely uses any energy at all, but you can feel the air around it start to get colder. You unplug it and store the debris in a separate part of your ship. Maybe some alien species could tell you about it if you were to bring it to them. Okay, so we just found a piece of weird alien technology. And it looks like there's a busted ring world here? Oh man, I gotta get out of here. Uh... I need fuel, man. Can you, like, screw off? These guys don't run away. They just keep coming. That's concerning. Really preoccupied with me, huh? I might have to go back to Ritalis just to get more fuel. Getting it here is going to be really slow. In fact, I don't think we can get fuel here at all. We can get it here, though. I just gotta be vigilant about the, evil fucking aliens that are stalking us. Can I see what that cargo was that I found? Well, I don't see anything in my inventory. Unless it's considered mission cargo. But I can't check that here. I wonder if the Korg would tell me about this, or maybe the High. High probably have no idea what that is. Wait, that alien ship is blowing up asteroids? They aren't even fighting me. Weird. I kind of think that they're robots, actually. I don't think that those are people. Something about that does not scream human being to me. Or, not human being, but not freaky alien. Come on, let me harvest my fuel in peace, please. Okay, where do I need to go next? Stars. Antavorta. We can get that far. We'll like instantly recharge our fuels. We just gotta have to get a few more units. We'll probably be able to pick up some fuel on the way. But I don't want to stick around here anymore. This place is freaky. Ouch. No, this isn't a ring world. This is just nothing. There's just rocks there. If there was a ring world, it's not there anymore. So someone got their ass beat there. There are more systems here to survey. I kind of want to check them out. We'll take a look when we get all of our fuel back. Wait. Did we land here? I don't remember landing here before. Apart from one large solid module, very little of the space station remains intact. The cloud of debris surrounding the core makes docking with it very difficult, and one side of the station even appears to have been blown up. The other part, however, has suffered much less damage, and the surface bristles with dozens of well-maintained turrets. Interesting. There appears to be, some debris around. Celetis, I think we visited that planet. Oh no, we did not visit, say, Celetis. What is this? What is this place? Celetis is a barren planet with mountains covering most of its surface. Even in the few flat highlands, the terrain is too sterile for any kind of vegetation to grow naturally. On some slopes, the outline of an outpost can still be recognized, but they're all uninhabited. Some of the villages have been partially destroyed, and large amounts of dust cover the remains, to the point that the original color can't be recognized anymore. Anything that is capable of, like, seriously completely wiping out all traces of a civilization is, like, insanely powerful. I don't want to fuck with that, man. I don't want to fuck with that. If they find me, I'm finished. Well, I almost was earlier, actually. Okay, let's check those other systems that we didn't explore. There's definitely stuff that we haven't seen. Down here, we got all the wormholes, though. There's 2 systems here that we haven't seen. Don't know what's up with the electric storms, though. That's kind of strange. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the evil killer robots you've been facing. It's still concerning. Evil people here. A planet we can land on. Let's try to land on it without dying. Did that guy just hit him with his own... hit himself with his own missiles? While its short distance from Geranus makes it only barely capable of supporting life, Polari's surface is full of thickets of small spiky bush native to this planet. Oddly enough, very few settlements on the planet appear to have been destroyed by weapons fire. Most facilities are covered in meters of dust and sand, but other than that appear to be quite operative. Maybe whatever civilization this was wasn't completely wiped out with weapons. Something else far worse happened to them, actually. Which is even more concerning. Another uninhabited planet, with a destroyed station in orbit. An Earth-like planet, Ceteria is notable for the large number of settlements on it. Every few kilometers there are remains of sizable villages, some of which still haven't been completely covered by vegetation even today. A few cities even have tall buildings, still partially held together, a testament to how durable the constructions of the planet's original inhabitants were. So that's why this region of space is called the Graveyard. I'd like to leave. We don't have the combat power to fight these guys. You know, it would appear that whoever wiped out the civilization really wanted them dead. Of course, it could be the Drax, or the Drak that did this, frankly. I'm a Drak hater. Everything I've learned about them so far makes them seem kind of evil, frankly. Oh, but if we let people do things, they'll fight amongst each other. Well, that's better than whatever this is. Unless they were literally right, and this is a civilization that wiped themselves out. Saito, get in the pocket dimension. I'm trying, but all these wormholes keep taking me to other star systems. No pocket dimensions. What's up here? Convector. I don't think we went here last time, did we? I don't know where this goes. Let's find out. What's a... Yeah, this is a wormhole we haven't been through. Let's find out where this goes. Kulubear. Was this the same system we were in before? Sorry, I have to... the playlist ran out. I'm gonna actually have to restart it. This is also an empty system. But we're no longer in the graveyard. I don't know what this place is. Byanus? From a distance, this large icy moon is superficially reminiscent of Enceladus back in Sol. It is similarly exposed to its giant parent's radiation belts, and scan indicates countless tantalizing traces of chemicals that suggest it may be something more, or there may be something more to the moon than it appears. Unlike Enceladus, however, the surface of Byanus? I don't want to call it Byanus. Sorry. Is regularly racked by both waves of heat and energy. Stay of any length on the surface is likely to see waves of auroras swirl through its unbreathably thin atmosphere, accompanied by glows and sparks rippling across the terrain. Your environmental system strongly recommends you remaining inside your ship whenever the ion storms are active. Okay, this place wasn't wiped out. It's just not habitable to begin. Korath! Okay, well, we found the Korath. Or one of them. Korath are supposed to be to the east of the High, but this is way far away from the High. This is like... No, I want to land here on this uninhabited planet. I want to see what this is up. What's up with this? The weather on Far Monad is actually rather pleasant. If it were not a lonely planet orbiting a dying sun in a region of space that few species visit and none claim for their own, it could have become a more fruitful farming world, or perhaps even a major metropolitan center. Okay, so that's why this place is called the Graveyard. It's evil and everything sucks here. Or it might have to do with the electric storms, actually. I'm starting to think that that may have something to do with why all this is abandoned. There's nothing here. Well, I guess we just leave. I mean, it was worth it coming out here. We found a piece of alien technology. Don't know what it is. But we found it. Could be something useful. It could be like a Pandora's box. And we power it on and we kill everyone. That could also be what it is. I was kind of hoping we'd run into some more... Sorry. I was hoping we would run into some friendly aliens out here. It does not appear to be a likely thing that we can do. Everyone out here seems pretty evil and hostile. Don't know what the Korath guy was doing out here, though. That seemed a bit weird. That planet literally has lights on it. What do you mean I can't land on it? What do you mean I can't land on it? That has lights on it. There's people there. Well, not people. Aliens. I mean, there could be people out here, but I don't really think so. If I'm struggling to survive out here, I don't think the pirates are doing any better. Oh, there's another wormhole here. I heard a jump drive noise. I heard it again. Are there invisible aliens? I swear I'm not going crazy. Edusa. Is there any landable planets in here? Oh, no. We can get good fuel at this star, though. Yeah, that's a regular class star. That'll fill up our engine very quickly. Huh? Starling? Remnant? Who are you? We are overseeing your behavior. Well, they're not hostile. Hey, these are the guys on the cover of the Steam store page for this game. Who are you? Whoa. If you value the continued survival of humanity, do not scan our ships, a strange melodic voice says. Well, I wasn't going to. Let's land on these uninhabited planets. What's up with these? Seraglio's vast ice fields hint at a variety of mysteries, most notably the chasms that suggest that the planet was somehow subjected to massive compressive forces at some point in its recent geological history. At present, Seraglio is the focus of considerable attention from researchers searching for clues as to the planet's histories. What researchers? Okay, let's find out about these remnants. Literally whomst? Although they are unusually tall and dark-skinned, the people here appear to be human. What? What do you mean? They're humans? Oh, I was wrong. Nope, they're straight up humans. Apparently. However, the buildings with their curved, twisted surfaces and ramifying arches look more alien than any human dwelling you've ever seen before. Stranger still is no one is speaking. The usual background murmur of voices that you would associate with a spaceport is absent here. Instead, the locals are communicating in a rapid, graceful sign language, their hands tracing arcs through the air almost faster than your eyes can follow. A few of them approach your ship, and one of them greets you out loud, but instead of speaking, he sings the words in a high monotone chant. I'm not singing that, sorry. Do you comprehend the ancestral tongue? I can say yes I do or try to chant. I'm just going to say yes I do. I'm not going to chant. Sorry. Their expressions are inscrutable and you aren't sure if they even understood you or not. They turn away from you for a second and converse in sign language. Two of them walk up to you. One is carrying a small device that looks like a handheld scanner. The other unwraps a small foil package, pulls out a lancet, and jabs his finger with it. A dark red drop of blood wells up. He presses his finger into a port on the scanner, then hands you another one of the packets. We kindly request that you identify yourself, he chants. Several of the others hum along with him. I can give them a blood sample, refuse, or run back to my ship and escape from here. I'm going to give them a blood sample. I've already done it once to an evil corporation. What's wrong with doing it again? Several of them gather around the one with the scanner as if waiting to see what the results will be. As you watch them, you notice that all of them, even the women, have their hair cropped short. Also, their clothing looks like nothing that has ever been in fashion at any point in human history that you know of. Finally, the scanner beeps and a yellow light flashes. You can almost feel the tension leaving the air as the crowd relaxes. So you are pure, you are human, chants one of the women. You are one of us. Of course I'm human, but what are human beings doing out here? Or who are you? Several of them burst into song, singing together in harmony. We are the hidden ones, we are the remnant. In time of great chaos, this place we came, lest all true-born humans be killed or enslaved by those who evolved not, but unwisely were made. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There are evil robots. We found evil robots. And apparently humans were almost wiped out by them. Is what I'm getting from this. Which implies that this is like a Battlestar Galactica-esque situation. So the humans on Earth here are, I guess, descendants of refugees of some kind. Maybe. Or maybe not. As I continue to sing, you begin to piece together their story. They're the descendants of people who fled to this region of space through an unstable wormhole at the peak of the... Oh no, never mind, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. They fled here during the first Alpha War. Which means that they've been here for more than half a millennium. That doesn't explain why their culture is so radically different, though. Eventually they invite you to a dinner. Their food has strange and complex flavors, not all of them pleasant, but you do your best to be polite and pretend to enjoy it all. The meal itself is generous and stretches out as your hosts consume considerably more food than you would expect for such a trim group. After the meal, they entertain you by singing songs, some of which you recognize as classical Earth music. It appears the people in this culture use sign language for day-to-day communication and use their voices only for making music. When you return to your ship, you do a search on videos of historical dialects of human sign language. None of them bear even a passing resemblance to the language of these people who call themselves the Remnant. That's really interesting, actually. This cold and dreary world would certainly not be attractive to any modern settlers, but to those who were fleeing the chaos of the Alpha Wars, it had the undeniable advantage of being isolated and undiscovered. The continued Remnant presence here is due to the plant's keystones, which enable ships to travel through certain wormholes in the Ember Waste and which the Remnant have not found on any other planet. Keystones? What do you mean? It's because we picked up the high keystone earlier that we even were able to get out here. You can't get to this place if you don't have a high keystone installed on your starship. I am so great. I am so smart. I am so amazing. My genius is unfathomable. And my genius, I mean my ability to identify Chekhov's guns placed by the game developers. Okay. Ram scoop. Emergency ram scoop. Well, the emergency ram scoop is better than what we got. Oh, I can't buy that. Oh, I must have a remnant license. How do I can't buy any of their shit. No, I can't buy any of their amazing technology because I don't have a remnant license. Oh, but they have equipment that's really good. Hold on, let me see. Oh, that Thrasher turret's huge. But it would also instantly turn any of our enemies into sludge, apparently, according to its stats. Interesting. Shipyard. Wow, look at those ships. Okay, well that's a bit of an interesting thing. While the Starling was the first successful ship to use technology derived from alien ruins, the Gull is the most recent. The current increase in Korath activities has caused foraging for resources to become a more risky endeavor, forcing the Remnant to develop a specialized freighter for hauling cargo from remote sites without revealing their presence to hostile aliens. The Gull has quickly proven its worth. The cloaking technology is built into the Gull's hull. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't crazy, Chad. There were invisible aliens. They're real. I could hear them, but I couldn't see them. I'm okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Sure. Man, whatever. Yeah, they have cloaking ships. They were real. I just couldn't see them. We can actually trade here, apparently. They have a job board, but no jobs. Can I go to the spaceport? I can't get any missions here. I'd like to get a remnant license, though. I don't know how to do that. Several remnant gesture briskly to the other remnant. You cannot make out what they are communicating. The spaceport is an enormous dome built with the same resilient and semi-organic material as the hulls of the remnant ships. An opening at one of the end of the dome allows ships to fly in and out. Inside, the air is still cold, but at least you are sheltered from the violent winds that sweep across the rest of the planet's surface. Some of the locals, accustomed to the cold, walk about in their shirt sleeves as if this were a balmy summer day. You're crazy. This is just like... Apparently, I can take a loan here. Oh, I can't. Never mind. I can hire crew. Oh, how do I get a license? Oh, can I buy a... I can buy a star map here, though. I don't need a license for that, apparently. Doesn't look like I can do anything else here. Can't buy ships either. Wait, there's more inhabited planets here. Okay, we got some more ship to check out. Let's check out these other uninhabited planets. I just want to read their descriptions. While this moon's minerals aren't particularly rare or exotic, its closeness to Viminal has made it the subject of many mining projects over the centuries. Efforts to find traces of the valuable keystones which permit travel through this region of space. None of them were successful, and most remnant scientists believe that Kumpaki formed somewhere else and was captured by Vimno's gravitational pull at some time during its formation. When the absence of keystones became clear, most scientific and mining interests fade away, and today the surface is scattered with abandoned outposts whose somber tunnels are 1,000-kilometer labyrinths. Why are there so many landable but uninhabited planets on in the system? I'm gonna read all these. Much like Axaray, Topkapi is an old moon formed from the smashed remains of countless eons worth of stellar debris. That's embarrassing that I said that. The surface appears to be regularly bombarded by asteroids, although some of the craters show signs of this being the site of rather large explosions. Your sensors pick up traces of materials, most commonly found in Korath's ships. Topkapi does not appear to have any routine activity, although satellites in orbit indicate that the remnant monitor it for activity and send ships to investigate asteroid or other impacts on a regular basis. At a first glance, Axaray appears to be a fairly generic moon, formed from eons of dust and debris compressed into a tight ball by constant gravitational pressure. What is not commonplace is the presence of almost perfectly pyramidal piles of regoliths scattered across the world. Querying an orbiting remnant satellite suggests that these are believed to have been remote mining sites for mineral processing. A brief consultation of your navigational computer's economic database, however, indicates that all the minerals present in this variant of regolith are very common across the galaxy and have an extremely low value. So they're like hiding scavengers, hiding from both the Korath and, I guess, whatever other evil-ass aliens are out here, of which there seems to be multiple kinds. Eminonu's notably green rocks show a remarkably high copper content, and the historic presence of atmospheric water. Scattered vegetative debris suggests that this world was, until recently, some variety of garden planet. Albeit likely a cold one. Today the vast majority of moisture is locked up in ice fields. The ambient temperatures are far too cold for even hardy lichens to survive. That's strange. If they're orbiting a dying sun, I would suggest that they move. Babiali's surface is a bona fide example of cataclysm. Ice and rock extends from horizon to horizon with vast networks of cracks and fissures, suggesting it was subject to some kind of force fairly recent in its geological history. At present, Babiali has a regular stream of mining and research craft systematically flying over the crust looking for rare metals or anything else of value. Despite the activity, no one has bothered to set up anything resembling a spaceport. Well, let's check out the other remnant planets. Are scanning me. Snow planets is good. I mean, unless you're trying to farm anything. But I bet it has got great skiing though. While otherwise resembling a fairly typical moon, Quirinal is notable for the lava rifts that seem to be an inexplicably constant feature on its surface. For lack of a better description, it looks like the moon was struck a glancing blow by some sort of massive force, and the resulting chasm has been oozing lava ever since. Despite the astrophysical anomalies, there appears to be no current activity on the surface. A lot of these planets that we're looking at have undergone some kind of like cataclysm. I'm wondering if there's something more here that we haven't really seen. The harsh landscape of Capitoline. Or is it Capitoline? That's a location in Rome, actually. It's like the Capitoline Hill or whatever. Which was like the center of Rome or whatever. Where they had the Senate, I think. The harsh landscape of Capitoline is a demonstration of the forces of nature at work. Lava flows and eruptions are regularly seen, and seismic activity is a daily occurrence. As a result, the surface is of comparatively recent origin. Despite this, you can spot a small survey station in the middle of an old lava field. In response to your landing computer's query, the transponder issues a terse statement about the automated scientific station and a warning that its defense systems are active. Heeding the warning, you land over the horizon from the station. Stepping out on the surface, you can feel the rumble of the planet beneath you. Despite the ever-present seismic heaving, it feels like you can pick up a subtle pulse in the vibrations. The impression never goes away, but neither you nor your sensors can determine an actual pattern. That's a bit weird. Oh yeah, the planet's rhythmically pulsing. That's awesome. You gotta get back on No Man's Sky. Finding cool planets is so chill. I love No Man's Sky. Do you want to... I'm gonna snooze the ads, actually, because this could be interesting. Do you want to ask the Remnant about the section of space south of the Ember Wastes, the graveyard and its inhabitants? Yeah, I would. I got a piece of weird alien technology from there. I'd like to know what the hell is up with that place. Yes, I do. You ask around more than a dozen people, but none of them seem to be aware of what you're talking about. That the information is too confidential to be given to a stranger like you, or you didn't ask the right people. Nothing on the job board. Outfitter. Nothing else here. Spaceport. Oh wait, let me read this. This is not a particularly warm world, but it is the best the first remnant refugees were able to find when they explored the Ember Waste. It is here that they built their capital, in a deep valley that is almost always shrouded in clouds. In meadows farther up the mountain slopes, a few particularly hardy food crops are grown, but for the most part, the remnants rely on artificial greenhouses or cultured yeast for protein supplements. Remnant cuisine is unlikely to ever become a draw for tourists, even if their isolation here is broken. Oh, they're Scottish. Never mind, that makes sense. I haven't played No Man's Sky in a couple of years. I definitely haven't seen any of the new stuff with the Corvettes. And a lot of the update stuff is probably new. I could stream No Man's Sky at some point. That would be a good game to stream since I haven't played it in years. It's been receiving constant updates. Spaceport. Oh, here's something. As you explore the spaceport, you meet a remnant man wearing some sort of optical prosthesis over his eyes, a visor with several tiny cameras mounted on it. Ah, he sings, the outsider. Human yet not of our culture, distinct from our mindset. That is useful. Would you be willing to invest in a research project? Sure? Tell me more. Excellent, he sings. Centuries ago, we discovered some space-dwelling organisms elsewhere in the waste, and undertook to study them. Certain mistakes were made, certain underestimations, and we can no longer safely approach these organisms. Would you be willing to visit their home system and collect some sensor data? I call this an investment because I cannot pay you until I publish the results of these studies. This might actually be a mission for that system we were already in with the automated station, if I had to guess. That sounds super shady. Can you explain why you think it's safe for me to enter the star system, but not for you to do so? He says, we studied the organisms and determined that they could not possibly be sentient. Therefore, we saw no moral issues with collecting, well, a sample. Unexpected things happen, and certain grudges have been, born against remnant ships for centuries as a result. Well, as long as you don't ask me to do something that will get me in similar trouble, I'll help you out. Thank you. To begin with, all I ask is that you visit the star system and scan the creatures with certain special equipment that I will provide. Report back to me when you are done. How should I find you? I don't really need to know his name. Don't worry, he says. I'll find you. You are our only visitor from the outside in many decades. When you land here, it quickly becomes known. I'm famous. I'm famous. Okay, so we've got a special mission. Incoming Korath fleet in 1 day and 6 hours. Threat Sierra 24. Okay, so these guys are just under siege by the Korath. But they're, I suppose, capable of fighting them. Okay, let's check the map. We have a mission to study space creatures in Nenia. We've been there, haven't we? In Nenia, yeah, we've been there. I didn't see any space creatures there, but sure, I'll help them out. Let's check Cinzia. I'll take any missions from these guys if it leads to me getting a license. Janiculum is the name of this planet. As you pass over Janiculum, you see that its surface is little more than a gravitational graveyard for asteroids and debris. Impact craters litter the surface, some looking fairly recent. Janiculum is the subject of regular surveillance by the Remnant, who track impacts and investigate them whenever they occur. While it is not clear what the Remnant are recovering from these investigations, they continue to do them with meticulous regularity. It must be about the like quantum keystones they're looking for, right? It's the only thing that makes sense. I guess they don't occur naturally on the planets, but they occur on asteroids or something? Tabernia is a classic ice planet, but unlike most, it is a nearly perfect sphere with a remarkably smooth surface, blemished by few craters. Many have speculated that it is artificial, but so far no one has found conclusive evidence of this. Why are they all trying to scan me? You guys know who I am. Vatican's propensity for constant renewal of the surface has resulted in a flourishing astrogeological academic program. While it has frequently been dismissed as a low priority for Remnant efforts, it has nonetheless received continued support from the defense prefects. Why they would be concerned with the geological formations of an uninhabited planet is unknown, but the research continues. I'm really interested in learning more about these weird refugee humans, divergent culture. When the first members of the Remnant discovered this region of space, Kaelian was the only habitable world they found with enough insulation to be able to... Sorry, insolation. Not insulation. Insolation, which probably refers to the amount of sunlight. To be able to operate solar-powered factories and bioreactors. First settlements here were scattered widely, with the houses hidden underground in order to be less visible from space, because they feared that the Alphas would overrun human space and eventually find their way into the waste. Centuries later, when they learned that the Alpha Wars had ended, they began to expand the factories and settlements more openly. Okay, so they were originally afraid of the Alphas. Now they're afraid of the Korath, it sounds like. But evidently not that afraid of the Korath. In the relative quiet of this remnant spaceport, it's unusually jarring when an alarm siren begins howling. All around you, people are rushing to get their ships into the air. Even though no one stops to explain you what's happening, it's pretty clear that this is a planetary defense operation. I'll help them. Oh, I'm gonna get my ass beat by Korath, is what's gonna happen. Fuck. Oh my god. Get away from me. Okay, let's try that again. Let's try that again. Oh my god. The problem is the fighters, man. They beat my ass. That's the Korath raid they're talking about. Jeez. Can I capture this Korath fighter? I can. You know, there's only one person on board it. That's mine, buddy. Yeah, sorry, dude. Your ship is mine. Oh my god. There's more of them. Oh, I got my ass beat. Okay. Let's try that a little more strategically. We cannot approach any of the large ships or we will die. However, we can fight the fighters. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, those guys can move for how large they are. That's scary. I've been repeatedly snoozing the ads. Let's get this guy. Oh, he's shooting missiles at me. Can I board this ship? That is a lot of crew. That is a lot of enemies on that ship. Holy shit. That's a lot of enemies. That is... The crew complement is 292 people. However, I'm gonna rip off their equipment. That shit is mine. Jump drive? Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, that's mine, buddy. Liquid sodium cooler? Fuel processor. What do those mean? A fuel processor, I'll take it. Can't take the liquid sodium cooler now. That's a shame. And I'll take all of their food. Wait, no. That's stupid. Yeah, I'm done. That. Goodbye. Korath do not deserve mercy. He's trying to chase me, even though he's getting his ass beat. Oh, he's shooting missiles at me. Okay, we can't invade this guy either. He's got too much crew. We can rip another jump drive off of it. Or a systems core, small. What does that do? I'm gonna take the jump. I'll take the systems core. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna take over the fighters, though. Those seem pretty cool. I've got a little posse of fighters now. I think we killed all the Korath in the system. I doubt that those ships will have anything useful for them. Let's just check. Or have anything useful for me to use. Oh, I really want some of those advanced technologies. I can't do it. I can't take those advanced technologies. Fighters I'll take, though. I don't know how much each of these is worth. Probably not much, but... Yeah, there's gonna be ads here in a second. But you guys aren't gonna miss anything. Just me salvaging these ships. I have so many little fighters. Good thing the remnants don't appear to care about me taking over the Korath fighters at all. I've got so many of them. What's one more? We have to have like 10 of these guys. 12? The the people here are grateful for your help in fighting off the Korath raid, and they offer you a payment of 500,000 credits. They explain to you, in song of course. The explanation takes the form of an epic ballad that these raids have been taking place for nearly a century. Have you done anything to try to stop the Korath from raiding you? They probably have. What do you think the Korath are hoping to accomplish? Perhaps they seek new territory, or perhaps they are innately aggressive. Of course, the fact that our ships dump their cargo when the raiders attack probably makes us a tempting target. A third person explains, we do that intentionally to keep luring them back. The technology we gain when we manage to plunder one of their ships more than outweighs the cargo we lose. They're baiting them. While you're conversing with the group, a uniformed woman walks up and tells them something in sign language. They sign back and point to you. She says to you, thank you for your help. A Korath ship that came with the raiders and fled the battle is still lurking around our territory. Would you be willing to hunt it down? Sure. Thank you. It keeps jumping between systems in our territory. Maybe its jump drive was damaged or something and it can't escape. I'll spread the information that you've taken on the bounty for hunting it, so others will not risk their lives fighting it. If I try to fight that, I'll probably be cooked. Maybe. Depends on where it can appear. Hunt it down and destroy. Oh, we can use the fighters to hunt it down. Let's see what the fighters have as. The fighters each sell for 600,000, which is quite a lot. Let's see what they have on board them, though. A fire lance, not sold here. At for space 22. A beam weapon, range 390. What is burn damage? Huh. That's a pretty good weapon, actually. I don't know if it's better than my other beam weapons, but... If I sell the fire lance, can I buy it? I can. Okay, so that has high shield damage per second, but not high hull damage per second. It's actually slightly inferior to what I've got, so I won't bother with it. We'll keep the fighter, though. We may need these. We may need these to kill whatever ship this is. Actually, what else do these fighters have on board them? Systems core small. The heart of any Korath ship is the systems core, which houses the ship's central computer, shield generators, reserve power, and a small reservoir which stores, produces, and recycles a microbot swarm that can make minor repairs to the ship while in flight. Oh, interesting. Okay, so the Korath have some kind of a thing. This is a shield generator. Wow, that is way better than our shield generator that we have installed. Oh my god. Takes a lot of outfit space though. Fuel processor. That's a really good RAM scoop. It also increases fuel capacity, actually. Generator, furnace class. That is not better than what we have. Stirring engines are worse too. I want that jump drive. What the hell can I rip out to install that? Well, the RAM scoop and the fuel tank we can rip out and put the fuel processor in. That'll give us some more space. You're not a furry, you're a kimono friend. Isn't that one anime? I don't really know anything about it. Other than that it, exists. Now let's get rid of that. Yeah, get rid of the RAM scoop. Get rid of the fuel pod and install the fuel processor. Very exotic piece of alien technology. The fuel processor was developed during the latter half of the Korath Civil War, when Korath factions attempted to provide for their war effort by raiding the Hive for supplies. Their ships would often end up stranded after they had run out of fuel and were unable to escape from the Hive military fleets, prompting the creation of this hybrid fuel storage and RAM scoop device. These outfits are now the main source of fuel for the remaining Korath in the galaxy. Okay. Yeah, it's awesome, actually. I might rip out the radar jammer. I still wouldn't have enough space for the jump drive. I gotta fit that in somehow. Maybe I do install those shitty guns on my ship. Maybe I do install the shitty guns. Let's do that later after we do the combat. Systems core I would love to install. But even if I pulled out... Wait, if I pulled out my shield generator, it still would be too big. But it gives energy capacity too. Maybe I wouldn't need batteries. I don't think I can get away with that. I don't produce enough energy to get away with that. That's a shame. Workings of the jump drive are the total mystery. The best that human scientists have been able to find out is that this device is a containment field for matter in a state that cannot normally exist in this universe. If the drive is opened up, the field collapses and its contents disappear. Therefore, even though a few jump drives have been captured over the years, it has so far proven to be impossible to reverse engineer them. Lets you jump to any nearby system. It consumes 200 fuel. Well, I could rip out the hyperdrive. It was made for no money and sent out to die as a tie-in for a gacha game that had already hit end of service. And then the anime exploded in popularity before they fired the director and staff of season 1 and replaced them with a guy who went on 2 channel boards to talk shit to nerds under an alias. So they killed the series even though it was popular, basically, by making very poor choices. But it was never intended to be popular. They just kind of fucked up. Sounds like. I would love to have the jump drive, but I don't have, like, fuel space. Well, I guess I have a super good RAM scoop now. So it's fine. I could get rid of the hyperdrive. I think. I'm gonna get rid of that systems core, though. I mean, I have the cargo to hold it for later. Yeah. We can always get another one later. Eight tons of mission cargo. Also, we also have random shit in our hold. Essentially, yeah. That's a shame. I was gonna say, I've seen the character designs. They seem pretty cool. It's always kind of bitter whenever you have like a really good IP or a really good idea, and then it's not treated well by the people who own it. That happens a lot, of course. Launch with 13 ships that will not be able to leave the system. Yes, that's fine. We're gonna use them to kill this Korath ship whenever we find it. If we can find it, that is. Sounds like it should be in either of these two systems. Let's check out these planets, though, while we're here. Pincian is a small rocky moon, tiny enough to avoid most asteroids, attracted by the nearby gas giant of Palatine. I misread that as Palpatine. Um, at first. Like, I read it as Palpatine, even though I said Palatine. Nevertheless, a huge crater, old enough to have collected some dust and regolith, dominates its surface. Whatever crashed here must have been tens of thousands of years. Whatever crashed here, it must have been tens of thousands of years since the impact. There are some small-scale mining operations all around Pincian, but everything around the crater has been left untouched except for a remnant research station nestled into one of its edges. It's a bit odd. You only saw a few episodes of Season 1, but you mostly dug it. Watched a single episode of Season 2 at a convention once. Felt like it was continuing the formula, but it felt off. Definitely some sort of spark was missing. That's a shame. Yup, there he is. Get his ass. What? Well, he just disappeared. What was the button to fire or to target people? F. Right, okay. I mean, do we just wait for him to come back, or? There he is. Get him, my beautiful children. Get his ass. Fry him to pieces. Wow, that worked. You hear Season 2 just ends with, yeah, no one remembers Season 1 anymore, and also the audience should move on to fuck you. Oh, that would make me pissed. I would be pissed off if that was what they were gonna try to pass off to me. These guys also have hyperdrives. Let's take their engines. I have 82 space. Take a large heat shunt. That might be better than what I have. Take a jump drive broken. That's weird. Huh. Take a hyperdrive off of them. I may still want that, actually. Take the steering lunar class. And then take all of his... Wait, he doesn't even have much plastic. Okay. Anyways, die. You've destroyed the Korath ship that was left over from the raid on Palin. You can now return there to collect your payment. Wow, that guy sure took a long time to blow up. Just as, yeah. Um, Again, I thank you. I suggest to you, I will suggest to others that they might offer you similar hunting jobs in the future. Oh, I can get bounty hunter jobs on the in the spaceport now. Awesome. Anyways, I gotta sell off all these fighters. They can't leave the system with me because I'm not a carrier. I can't carry them. They do sell for a nice bit of money though. It's just a weird thing that happened. Well, it sounds like it. That it could not be worse. It sounds like. Because it's rather than a show being bad and then you forget about it, it pisses me off when something is good and then it's made worse by poor decisions. Like that's rough. That sucks. Slightly not as good. Heat shunt. I don't know if we should have this. Like, it's a lot less space, but cooling 3,200. We lose almost 1,000 cooling. I don't think that I can use this, unfortunately. Nope. My ship demands too much thermal power. What's a thruster lunar class? Like, not nearly as good as what I have. Never mind. Thermal repeater rifles. Holy shit, those are really good. I'll buy all of them. Generator furnace. Oh wait, no, that was we already established that that was bad compared to what we have. Yeah, the weapons that I have are just better. I can't install the hyperdrive. I'm gonna keep it around though. Is there any difference between the keystone and the quantum keystone? No, except that it's apparently a lot more expensive. It's like if this funny Stoatman got replaced by a robot next year out of nowhere. No, don't say that. Don't say that. I haven't changed as a streamer. Don't say that. Don't say that. Okay, yeah, we can't use this. Sell it. What a shame. Oh, well. I say that the Korath rifles are um better than the Remnant rifles actually. Are way better. We could take another one of the bounty ones. I don't have the fighters to help me though, so this might be not possible. We'll see. That's kind of loud. I might have to turn that down. That's loud as shit. So our fuel range is lower, but our ram scoop provides a lot of fuel very quickly. Compared to our old one. Like this is like a dying tiny little orange star, and it's filling our fuel quite quickly. So maybe we do not even need... Oh my god. We do not outrange whatever weapon that is. Oh, we gotta land. I may not be able to beat this guy. It's pretty strong. When he does that shit where he leaves the system, his shield doesn't recharge, but mine does. So that may be how we win. That might be how we win this. Oh, that's not the mission target. That's just a random dude. Systems core medium. Another jump drive. Blaze Pike turret. Ooh, there's a couple interesting things in here that we could take from them. Steering planetary class. I'll take it. Let's take over the fighters, because we may actually want to use those for our mission. Which is really funny. I'm back to doing the same strategy I was before earlier. Because I'm not strong enough to fight these guys. Okay, let's check the outfitter. That engine, steering, planetary class. That's better than what we've got. Does more heat. More energy. That's fine. We're kind of doing good on both of those. But it takes up way less space. Yeah, let's go for it. So we'll have slightly worse maneuverability, but now we have more space on our ship with which to install random shit, which I can always use. We're still not going to use the hyperdrive, though. We're done with that. Where is this Korath, motherfucker? Oh, there he is. Get his ass. They've sufficiently distracted him. Oh, all it took was like 1 or 2 fighters. Okay, liquid sodium cooler. That might actually be better than what I have. It looks like the meteor and lunar and asteroid class steering and thrusters are worse than whatever it is that I have. So we should not use that. But I'm going to grab that liquid sodium cooler. And the Warder anti-missile is probably big. It's bigger than whatever I've got, so it may not be useful. What's the Banisher Grav turret? Oh, that's like a huge item. I don't think I can install that. Let's grab all of their food. Okay, that's the last bounty contract that we're going to do for now, because they're really difficult. Let's get rid of these fighters. Sell them. Now we can get more of those pulse rifles. How convenient. Okay, the liquid sodium cooler is smaller than what we have. It is also better than what we have. What the fuck is that? Energy consumed per second when active cooling. When active cooling is running at full strength, because your ship's temperature is approaching the overheating threshold. Active cooling system. I'm gonna try this out. Seems like this will be a better thing. Although it does consume a lot of energy when it's running at full, apparently. Which I don't know. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. Interesting. does still seem to work. When I'm running the engines, I lose power. I might want to try getting one of their system cores, actually. If I can. Oh, fuck, they got rid of my cooler. I guess we're stuck with the liquid sodium cooler for now, unfortunately. It's usable. It's not ideal. It's okay. So I have a range of jumps that I can just now make. I need to get over here. So it would be faster for me to do that. I see. Interesting. I gotta turn that down. That's really loud. The hyperdrives are gonna be a lot quieter now. That is such a That's such a crunchy sound. Why is it like that? Oh, fuck. There's aliens here. I need to avoid him and get into the wormhole. Oh, wait, they're fighting each other? Hold on. I didn't know they could do that. Wait, this could be great for us. Oh, they can't be disabled. Oh my god, I'm getting electrified to death. It's over. Huh? Okay, that's death. Interesting. Okay, so they can fight amongst themselves. That's weird. They also apparently can't be disabled, which means we cannot board them and steal their juicy technology. We may, however, be able to pick it off of their dead bodies. Okay, what are the stars? Okay, yeah, let's just go through. Yeah, let's go to that system where we can recharge our engines. Which should be almost instant because of our advanced RAM scoop that we have. Oh yeah, look at that go. There are indeed some strange spacefaring life forms in the system. You collect measurements with special sensors, and then prepare to return to Aventine. Wait, what is this? Void Sprite. Indigenous life form. Can I hail it? There is no response to your hail. There is no response to your hail. I've never seen these guys before. Interesting. Strange creatures. Okay, let's go back into the back into the wormhole and head back with our data. Yeah, the active sodium cooler is workable for what am I thinking of? It's workable for short-term combat, but not long-term combat. Wow, that's way faster than using the hyperdrive. Like a lot. Sure enough, soon after you land, the remnant researcher with the optical prosthesis arrives at your ship. When he looks at the data that you had collected with his special scanners, he is disappointed. He chants, "I had hoped the scanners would show us how the creatures are able to generate enough force to fly out of the gravity wells of their planets. But this tells me nothing. Perhaps it would help if you scan them more closely. Could you equip your ship with one of the scanners? They're used to inspect the outfits that ships are carrying, and see if that scanner yields additional information?" I'll install an outfit scanner and see what it can tell me. Can I buy one here? Will they let me? They will let me. Hopefully the aliens don't think I'm gonna, like, kill them. And we go back the same way we came. It's so fast. I love the hyperdrive. Or the jump drive. Curious that the remnants appear to not really know anything about the weird robots that we found, or the alien tech that we found. Or they don't want to say anything. Could also be that, you know. Wow, that was really instant. Awesome. Okay. How do I use the scanner again? Scanner. Doesn't seem to say. Unless scanning is a secondary weapon? Oh, scan selected ship is tapped. Okay. They're eating the asteroids, it seems. You can hear them crunching. That's not me making that sound. Your scanners cannot make any sense of this creature's interior. Whoa, what's that? Prototype B3CC4 Shooting Star Author? What the hell is that? That looks like the asteroid enemies that are in Escape Velocity Nova. This genocidal maniac is equipped with one crystal projector, one crystalline formation, one floating crystal, one hexagonal crystal, one tree skeleton keystone. Undecipherable transmission burst. Ask for help? Author Genocidal Maniac. Prototype B33. Sorry, B3CC4. What does... Why is it named Becca? What does that mean? That feels like an Easter egg put in by the game developer, which it almost certainly is. I don't want to attack it, although I kind of want whatever that keystone it has is. That keystone it has on board. That's weird. That's got to be like in some kind of Easter egg. I'm not gonna blow it up. Although it is tempting. There's no guarantee we would even be able to get the keystone out of the wreckage. Enemies don't drop everything they're carrying when you blow them up rather violently. A lot of times, they just explode and you don't get anything. We need to get a spare jump drive for the Kai that we promised that we would give one to. Remnant researcher seems disappointed that an outfit scan didn't reveal any information about the Void sprites, but he's also excited about a new idea for studying them. I found that we have several old mothballed ships suitable for exploring the upper atmospheres of a gas giant. Until I can publish my results, I will not have the resources to compensate you, but I can provide you with one of our ships. You could land on the Void Sprite worlds and observe them in their natural habitat. How much will it cost to buy one? Didn't you say anyone entering that system in a remnant ship gets attacked? Yeah, I'm not worried about the cost. I have a lot of money. He probably is going to give it for free. Didn't you say anyone? Do not worry about it. These exploration craft are exceptionally fast and maneuverable. Even if you do provoke a negative reaction, you should be able to dodge any direct confrontation. Okay. This ship is an antique, so be careful with the shields. They are projected around the ship and are unable to adapt to new obstacles. Hard shell shields. I believe they were called at the time of the Exodus, as opposed to the skin shields of today that fit close to the hull. He pauses and looks thoughtful, then continues. Just make sure nothing valuable is near the hull when the shields activate. It will either be sheared in two or break the shields. And it is important to know that the pressure suit included with the ship is able to remotely activate and deactivate the shields and other ship systems. My notes indicate that there is a superstition about how visiting Kratagusa in the Cardia system was considered to bring good fortune to explorers. There's no scientific reason that that should be the case, but it might be worth landing on it anyway. Kratagusa in the Cardia system. Can I leave a ship here? Park local. Oh no, we need Shadow in the Depths to be the number one. Unpark. Stoat needs to be parked here. Outfitter. What does the ship even have on board it? Hyperdrive, Plenum Keystone, Emergency Ram Scoop. It's got fucking nothing. The ship has nothing. God, does this thing even have a... Does this even have a cloaking device? Wait, sell off 48 tons of cargo? What do I have? Oh, I have 48. A bunch of food. Okay. Alright, let's do this mission. Okay, we don't have a cloaking device. However, we're very fast. I don't think Yeah, we don't have a jump drive. We got fucking nothing. Oh, there's a Cardia system? Yeah, we'll visit that, I guess. No, there is actually an unexplored system out here we might want to take a look at. Really, really quickly. Wow, it feels weird piloting something this responsive after having been in the Falcon for like 3 streams now. Cool remnant ship they gave me though. Let's take a look at this unexplored star system. We were there before. I don't think there's anything here. Apparently there's something hostile here. Oh, there's us getting fucking electrocuted. Oh, there's another one of the prototype ships. Huh, strange. Still don't know what's up with that, by the way. Does this take us back through, or does this take us to somewhere weird? It takes us to somewhere weird. But we can use this to go through. We were supposed to land on... Whoops. Wrong. Wrong planet. Okay. And when we jump into that next system, they're going to be pissed at us. Also, let's land on that planet that he said only superstitious people would land on. I don't think we've landed here before, because this looks new. At a distance, Crategusa has a plane appearance, with linear sheer cloud lines circling the planet. Beneath the surface, however, the atmosphere is a turbulent maelstrom of cyclonic winds, at odds with the surface appearance. As you skim through the clouds, your sensors report intense energy fluctuations from all directions, some of which echo the readings from the wormholes. This is some Outer Wilds shit. Huh. That's strange. But cool. Okay, now we need to be very careful. What? Oh, they're shooting at me. Oh, don't kill me. Far beneath the swirling blue surfaces of Slylandro's atmosphere, void sprites and other strange creatures float about. As improbable as it may seem, the void sprites must have somehow evolved the capability to manipulate gravity fields, because every once in a while one of them will rise up from the surface, powered by an anti-gravity field similar to the landing repulsors used by human ships. When they do so, the decrease in atmospheric pressure causes them to nearly double in size. Curious. We gotta land on the other one too. Please stop shooting bullets at me. Holy fuck. Whoa! I almost got one shot there. You've dodged the Archon and landed on the second of the 2 gas giants, where the void sprites live. The hull of your tiny ship creaks and groans under the high atmospheric pressure, but seems to be holding together. Its sensors pick up flocks of void sprites floating between the planet's cloud layers, presumably feeding on airborne creatures too small to detect from this range. You also observe some void sprites leaving the planet, soaring upwards on thermal updrafts. As they rise, their bodies swell to several times their original size, like an aerostat balloon, gaining altitude. But clearly they have another form of propulsion as well, something akin to the anti-gravity repulsors that human ships use to travel from a planet's surface into orbit. After collecting some of the atmospheric samples for good measure, you prepare to return to Aventine. Hopefully the Archon will calm down once it sees that you have not attacked or disturbed the sprites on either of these planets. Beneath Nasqueron's cloudy surface is a complex and thriving ecosystem of gas-dwelling organisms, from the massive void sprites all the way down to bacteria that inhabit tiny water droplets suspended in the air. Although the void sprites mostly feed on these organisms, it appears that in order to grow into their adult form, or give birth to young, they also need rare minerals that they can only find by feeding on asteroids, far beyond the planet's atmosphere. Oh, well that explains why they're eating asteroids. Oh no, he still pissed at us. Oh, he's still mad. Archon. Wait a second. That thing says its faction is the Drac. Drac identity, lifted thorax. Can I bribe you? I do not want your money. Okay, we're leaving. We barely got out in time too because we were getting fried by the electrical storm there. Okay, that's all my fuel back. You should have enough to make it all the way back in one go. Thank God this thing is so fast, so this would be a very tedious quest. Okay, now I can give him his quest. Wait, whoa, I can land on other gas giants in this ship? Hold on. Although few spacecraft can penetrate its depths, specifically designed aeroscoop drones can be seen regularly dipping into the atmosphere for shipments to Aventine. That's interesting. This ship, we can land on any gas giant with this. Not that there's a purpose to landing on any gas giant with this. The Remnant researcher is ecstatic when he sees all the data you collected. I will begin assembling this into a research paper immediately, he sings. It may be months before it is published, but when it is, you will be named as a co-author, and I will share the credit with you. What do you know about the Archon that attacked me? He begins singing you a song about the Archons. The song says that the Archons are servants of the mysterious Drac, whom no one has seen, but whom the Korg claim to speak to and take orders from. That's all our histories say. He sings, but what interests me is the biological similarities between the Archons and the Void Sprites. We do not think the Archons are naturally evolved creatures. Perhaps their creators incorporated elements of the Void Sprite biology into them when they were made. Or perhaps the Archons just feel an affinity with them because they are both spacefaring organisms. Do you think the Archons will continue to be angry at me? He says, as long as you did not harm any of the Void Sprites, I doubt they will bear you a permanent grudge. The Archons are thinking creatures, after all. They cannot blame you for your curiosity. You thank him for the information and tell him that you will look forward to reading the results of his study and getting paid for your help once it is complete. Well, I guess I'll just hold on to this ship here. I can't remove any of it. I can't remove like the emergency RAM scoop. Not that that's even better than the one that I have. Because if I remove it, I won't be able to buy it back. So we're just gonna leave this ship here and switch back to our original one. Yeah, we're gonna park that one here. Okay. We have 50 million credits. We don't have a license from these guys to buy their stuff, but with a jump drive now, I can go to a lot of interesting places. I don't need to follow the wormholes anymore or the hyperlanes. I can just go wherever within a reasonable range. This is a pretty good place to leave stream off. I don't think I'm gonna write out. I'm kind of tired, and I'd like to get ready for bed really quickly here. But thank you all for stopping by. Um, I hope that you enjoyed this stream. I know the second half is different than the first half, but thank you all for stopping by. Well, let me see if there's anybody I can raid into. Actually, I can spare a moment for that. Oh man, there's like nobody awake at this time that hasn't been already online for hours and hours. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna raid out today. All right. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope to see you on I don't know when I'll stream next. Probably next Monday. I don't think I'll be able to stream Sunday. That's all I'm gonna say. Have a great rest of your morning, and until next time. Bye bye.